country living or city life? Which is best for you? Let's talk about the pros and cons and let you decide. I'm Ben Nicholas, the Cowboy Realtor, helping buyers and sellers in both Washington and Oregon. And today let's talk about the pros and cons of living in the country or the city and see what is a good fit for you. One pro for moving out into the country is that you get more land and acreage for the dollar that you spend. So more space for projects or for hobbies or for parking boats and RVs or other big items like that, or even just having land for livestock or animals. There's many reasons why people want space, and that's why being out in a rural area might be a good choice for you. Another pro for being out in the country is that it's peaceful, it can be very private and secluded from neighbors, and also it can be close to nature activities, whether you like hiking or going up in the mountains or by the lakes. You know, you're a little bit closer to those amenities, so definitely something to consider when living out in the country. Another pro with country style living is that you might have more like-minded people that are in that tighter knit community. A lot of people, will say it has that small town charm. That's the lifestyle that people live in, and if you live in an area like that, you might resonate with that and enjoy that. That's why country style living has that trait, and some people love it. All right, if I didn't have your attention already, you need to listen up, because if you live out in the country, there might be less people, which means less cars, which also means less traffic. So that's one big pro. Another one is that you might actually have lower taxes compared to living in the city. So definitely look into that, because there might be some huge benefits that might save you a lot of money down the road. So a con for living out in the country is that you might be further away from work. So your commute might be longer if you're going over to Portland or Vancouver. That could be 25-30 minutes depending on where you are. So definitely keep that in mind. Some people work from home, so that's not a big deal, but if that applies to you, definitely keep that in mind. Also, you will have fewer amenities. So if you like going out to dinner or going out shopping, or maybe even need specific healthcare services, you might be limited out in the country compared to in a big city. So definitely keep that in mind. Okay, so another con for potential people living out in the country is that you might need to be more self-sufficient than most. So for example, in the wintertime, if we have power outages, you might need to be cutting some firewood and stoking your fireplace so you can stay warm at night. Or if you have lots of acreage that you want to keep nice and manicured, you might need to invest in some heavier equipment like a tractor and other tools. So, there's some things that you might need to know how to do if you live on acreage than compared to if you live on a small lot inside the city limits. So definitely something to take note of. So another potential con that we briefly touched on is that with fewer amenities, there might be fewer job opportunities as well. So if you're looking for a niche career or a specific type of job title, you might need to travel further to find that job, or widen your scope of work in order to find a career. So definitely could have limited options depending on where you live, but as long as you're aware of that beforehand, you should be good. So country living, I think it's for the buyers and sellers that, they want to be homesteaders, they love nature, they want to have more privacy and land and space. Maybe they want to be part of a tighter knit community as well. Those are the main things that I see with buyers and sellers wanting to move out into the country. I love it. I was born and raised on acreage, and so that's what I know and love. However, I have friends and family that live in the city, and we have just as much fun there as we do here. So it's ultimately what you and your family or spouse decide that fits your lifestyle. Some pros for living in the city is that you're close to everything. You're close to your job, you're close to amenities like shopping or healthcare, or any other entertainment that you find enjoyable. It's all close and in the city. Another pro to living in the city is that you have better access to transportation, like buses and trains and stuff like that. And then also your commute will be shorter. So if you live in the city, but then also work in the city, then you don't need to drive as far. So that's a pro. Another pro with living in the city is that you have more people closer to you. So you might have some more network opportunities if you are a business owner like myself, or even just social gatherings. There will be more of those when more people are present. So that's definitely a pro if that's something that is important to you. Another pro with living in the city is that the technology and infrastructure is just better. You'll have better internet and better Wi-Fi at your home. So if you work from home or need those type of amenities, definitely living in the city might be a preference for you. So another bonus you might not know about is that your home equity actually might grow faster in the city than compared to the country. So what I mean by that is the density of homes in a city, there's just more real estate going on. So if the trend is up and up on the equity of your home, then your home in the city is going to ride that wave faster than it would be out in the country because there's just less activity out there. So some potential to have quicker gains of equity for your home in the city. So some cons for living in the city is that you're gonna have higher cost of living. You know, things just cost more in a city than compared to out in the country. And then with more people could potentially bring up more crime. So crime rates are usually a trend in bigger cities than compared to out in the country. So definitely some things to keep note. So another potential con for living in the city is that there's usually smaller homes which are on smaller lot sizes. I usually see 10,000 square foot lots, which is about a quarter acre of a lot. But in those cities, there's only so much room for building houses. So usually the yards just get smaller and smaller. So if that's something that's important to you, definitely keep that in mind with living in the city. Another potential con for living in the city is that there's going to be more traffic and more congestion. So you'll see that some houses that are right on a busy road, you're going to get road noise. You know, I have a seller that lives close to a school, so they have a lot of road noise during the school hours of pickup and drop off. So definitely if that's something that is something you're not used to, you'll want to be aware of that. So who chooses to live in the city? Well, from the clients that I've helped with, they are the people that enjoy being social with other people. They like going out in the town for entertainment or dinner. They like having shopping nearby and everything close. Also their work, their commute is shorter. So those are the people that I see choose to look for homes in the city. And that's okay. There's a house for everybody in every situation. So that's what makes my job so fun and enjoyable. And I want to find the house that best fits your needs. So what am I seeing in my day-to-day? Well, I just met a family, just the other day that they want a homestead on acreage and to have goats and livestock and have their kids and dogs play in their, big yard that they have and enjoy the property in that way. But then also I just helped a younger couple, close on a house in an urban neighborhood in Vancouver, and that was close enough to the highway so that they could go enjoy, the nightlife and entertainment in downtown Vancouver and Portland. So it just depends on what you're looking for and what your wants and needs are, and you need to tell your agent that, and then that's how ultimately we can best help you. If you've stuck around this long, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your guys' love and support. If I missed anything, or if you want to add any pros and cons for yourself, put them in the comments. I'd love to see them. I will also attach a document of a full list of both pros and cons for both city and country. There was too much to talk about in today's video, so make sure to check out that document. If you want to tour homes yourself with me to go decide for yourself if should I be buying a house in the city or the country, let's make it happen. Give me a call, let's set up a time, and let's go ahead and find you your next home. Thanks so much. We'll see you guys on the next one.